Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this interview. My name is Dr. وليد Sirhan. I'm Senior Consultant Psychiatrist in Amman, Jordan. I'm meeting with Dr. Evelyn Lender, the founding president of the World Organization of Studies of Dignity and Humiliation. This is done today in Amman in November 9th, 2022. Welcome, Evelyn.
Thank you very much. It is a great honor and pleasure to be with you today here.
Welcome. I actually want people to know what is this organization. And I know this logo means the getting out of the circles of humiliation towards dignity. Is that what my understanding is right?
Absolutely.
And it looks marvelous behind you.
Thank you.
My first question is, what is the Organization of Dignity?
Human Dignity and Humiliation Studies is the official name. Short, Human DHS. It is both a transdisciplinary academic field and a global community. It is a community of like-minded scholars, researchers, educators, practitioners, creative artists, and many others who wish to collaborate in a spirit of mutual support to increase dignity in the world. Human DHS has around 1,000 personally invited members now from all continents, with more than 8,000 friends on the address list. The nomination for the Nobel Peace Prize in 2015, 16, and 17 gave all members great courage. And you have a website where you can find more information, humiliationstudies.org.
It's not clear to me what nomination for Nobel Prize.
The Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes.
Our work was nominated for that prize 3 times.
Yeah. The whole work, not one single person.
It was for me, I was nominated, but for this work.
Very good. When was this organization was established and where?
I'm a medical doctor and a psychologist, and I hail from a family that has been traumatized by war and displacement. In 2001, I defended my doctoral dissertation on the psychology of humiliation, and with that dissertation, I created basically a new academic field, namely humiliation studies. Many people at that time, 2001, encouraged me to found an organization that would harness this field. I was encouraged by many, for example, to convene conferences, and the first conferences took place in 2003, both in Paris and in New York. And since then, the organization has grown organically, led by both me and relational psychologist Linda Hartling, who wrote her doctoral dissertation on the psychology of humiliation before I did. She did that already in 1995, which means that there is no fixed date of establishment, and the organization is global. To emphasize this global character, we do not have a headquarters, not a brick and mortar building. I'm the global ambassador for this organization, and my laptop basically could be seen as the globally mobile headquarters. And every member's location is part of the global headquarters. This is one of the ways in which the organization manifests dignity in its organizational practice. We affiliate with existing institutions as much as necessary and as little as possible, namely to open space for change. We have on our website one section on the history, which explains that not more in detail.
Yeah. What is the purpose of this organization?
The purpose, we wish to stimulate systemic change globally and locally to open space for dignity, for mutual respect and esteem to take root and grow. Our goal is ending systemic humiliation and humiliating practices, preventing new ones from arising, and opening space for feelings of humiliation to nurture constructive social change, so that we all can join in healing the cycles of humiliation throughout the world. In our organization, we do our best to cultivate a relational climate characterized by dignity, by walking our talk of dignity, by mutual personal growth. We emphasize a psychology of care, which traditionally has been relegated to women in the private sphere. We de-emphasize the traditional practice of competition for domination that has ruled the public sphere for the past millennia all over the world, and that is now dysfunctional in an interconnected world that overstretches its carrying capacity. The work of Human DHS and the World Dignity University initiative that grew out of it is therefore designed as a labor of love and maintained entirely by volunteers who give their time and energy as a gift. All efforts are pro bono and not-for-profit endeavors.
Yeah. Well, this point of love is not clear. Can you elaborate on that?
We have an almost zero budget. We live on small donations. We do not seek funds. Every member gives their energy, their creativity, their time as a gift. And this is how we work. We want to avoid the profit orientation that destroys so many other activities.
Nice.
So yes.
Yeah. What do you expect to give the world?
We live in times of serious crisis. I think everybody who has eyes to see knows that. The ecological basis for human life on Earth is in danger, and the social relationships in our communities are fracturing, both locally and globally. War. We need another world. We need a world where every newborn finds space and is nurtured to unfold their highest and best, embedded in a social context of loving appreciation and connection, where the carrying capacity of the planet guides the ways in which basic needs are met. Yeah. And through our academic work, we inspire new thoughts as to how global dignity may be achieved. And through our global community building, we sow the seeds for a future global dignity community. We work to make people aware of the fact that the human species is basically one single family, and that for its survival, dignity needs to be realized, to be manifested in their relationships, both with each other and with our habitat, namely planet Earth. For that goal, we organize 2 conferences per year, one in New York at Columbia University and the other each year in another place. And since 2003, we have had it in Paris, Berlin, Oslo, Dubrovnik, Costa Rica, China, Hawaii, Turkey, Egypt, New Zealand, South Africa, Rwanda, Chiang Mai in northern Thailand, Indore in central India, and the Amazon in Brazil. And in 2011, we launched the Dignity University initiative that I already mentioned at the University of Oslo in Norway, and the publishing house Dignity Press that has published many books since then.
What's the role of His Royal Highness Prince Al Hassan bin Talal in the organization?
His Royal Highness, he contacted me on the occasion of an article that I wrote in 2020. It was at the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic. In this article, I expressed the hope that the pandemic would be a wake-up call for humanity to manifest global solidarity. Of course, this has not necessarily happened, but this was my hope, my message. And he contacted me, and he noticed that in my work, I speak of ecocide, the killing of our ecosphere, and sociocide, the killing of our sociosphere, of our social relationships. And he made an important intellectual contribution by pointing out that both are facilitated by what he calls cogitocide, the killing of our cogitosphere, our sphere of thinking. And I include this insight, this very important insight, into all of my work since then. I integrate his work into mine, and he does the opposite. He integrates my work into his. And as a sign of his support, he invited us, our organization, to hold the 37th Dignity Conference to be held at the Royal Institute for Interfaith Studies that he had founded in 1994, to hold this conference there under his patronage. And this was in the beginning of this September. So this lies behind us. And you can find a list of our conferences also on the past and future conferences on our website.
Yes. What's the role of the organization in Jordan? Does it exist?
It exists insofar as you have founded a Facebook group. You have planted the seed, and I'm extremely thankful to you for having done that. And many people have signed up there, and I would be most happy and really so honored if we could perhaps meet either in person or in a hybrid way. I'm here in Amman until the end of December, and I would love to meet everyone who has signed up in this Dignity. We have a Dignity Now New York group, and then we have a Dignity Now Hamelin group in Germany, and some other groups all over the world. And the Dignity Now Amman group is a new plant, a new seed.
Yeah. Well, it seems all very interesting to me, and I would just raise the point that can anybody participate in this? Do you have a sort of membership people should apply to?
Yes, I normally want to meet the people. And I always say, when I have the feeling that I can give a PhD, a doctorate of dignity to a person, then I can invite that person.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the global ambassador of this work, and I go around in the world and I try to meet people, and then I invite like-minded people.
Yeah. So that means people that are in the board and so on. But what about the ordinary person who's listening to us and would like to have a role?
If a person would like to have a role, then please contact me, and we meet either in person or online. And if somebody just wants to be informed, there is a button on our website, Connect with Us. If you click on that button, then you receive our newsletter. We call it Dignity Letter. And there you are informed of what happens and what has happened.
Good. That's I think a good idea, that we will have this with this video, the website of the organization, where people can click and go through and know all about it and receive the newsletter. That's great, Dr. Linder. It's I think I have understood this. Would you like to add anything in 2-3 minutes from your side to people who will see this recording?
I would like to say that we need to really hold hands, join hands globally as like-minded people. In the title of our conference that we had in the beginning of September was From United Nations to United People, not peoples, but people. We see that at the moment we have rather disunited nations. And if we wait for the nations of this world to make peace and to come together and bring dignity into the world, we have to stand up as people, every individual. I think now it's really the time for every individual to become aware of how that it is needed, that everybody is needed to bring more dignity into the world.
Dr. Evelyn Gerda Linder, the founding president of Dignity and Humiliation Studies Organization. Welcome in Jordan. Have a good stay, and I hope this organization will keep moving, getting support all over the world, so we can together do some change, positive change in this world for us and for the coming generation in this world. Thank you very much, and it was my pleasure to talk to you.